Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 5, the fifth and last episode of our first life, third life recap. I really messed that one up, but we're going to go with it on the first take. I'm one of your hosts, Hans, and I have my other host
I'm Noah or Cheapies.
here with me, so...
You forgot to say who you are, but it's all right. At episode 5, if you're just getting in at this point, I feel like you're a little late to this, so should know.
Well, Hans or Way2K, so there you go. Now you have them both.
First life, whatever you said at the beginning. Recap. Beautiful.
Yeah, can I touch that up and after?
I guess so, if you really want to. But yes, it is the final episode, as you guys have seen from all of our channels. Was an exciting one for you.
Well, I got to sit there and watch everything happen. So, if you guys have gotten to this point, that means that you've watched the last episode on Noah's channel, because that is the exclusive home of the last episode.
The only, as far as I know, YouTube out there video for this Third Life series. So, hopefully, if you watched it, the whole thing, and you saw that I am the champion of the whole Third Life.
The victor, woo! Can we put a sound effect in there? If I can find one?
That's you all afterwards if you want to do that. I can clap for myself, but that's about it. But yeah, I somehow magically won. It was we'll go from
pretty
the beginning
intense.
There. It was me and Alex versus Spencer and Luke. And really, I mean, realistically, I could have turned on Alex at any point, just killed him, and then gone.
You could have.
But I felt like since it was 2 teams of 2, we might as well keep it up that way. But yeah, it was a good one. We definitely were the more geared ones, even after Alex died first.
Well, so everybody probably saw this, but since it was through your perspective, it was probably a little bit more challenging versus seeing it from like an aerial point of view, which is what I got to see it as.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that Spencer killed Alex right at first with lava. But Spencer's inventory was full, so he wasn't able to pick up Alex's stuff. So Alex was able to respawn, get back in the fight, and pick up his stuff, which really saved your guys' life. Well, I think if they had diamond stuff...
No, because we had... well, I guess if they would have had all the diamond stuff there, that would have been good. But we had a separate set of diamond everything that Alex came back with.
Right, but...
We had full enchanted.
That would have set them up on better grounds, because they were all iron. Granted, it was enchanted iron, but they were stuck on iron.
True. Yeah, I was really hoping... Because at one point, who did we lose? We lost Spencer. I think after I killed Luke, he
ran away.
Yeah, Spencer ran away. I was really hoping somehow they didn't make it back to our base, because our base had gear that they could have taken. But luckily, no one thought of the whole strategy. It worked out great. I guess I can go back to the very beginning. It worked out great because they were actually came out of their base. They had the only real base basically. True. In the whole thing, so they could have sat there and just fired arrows at us because we had 2 ways in. I mean, eventually we could have made ways in and it wasn't going to be hard. It's not like it was a hard one to get into.
Yeah, the blocks weren't that high up on the wall.
Yeah, but there were only 2 real ways in that they made, and they could have burned the bridges down at any point, and then we would have had to figure that out. But since they started out, it worked out better for us, I feel like, because we didn't have to go get them. But it started off with a nice arrow fight, and no one was really hitting that great. And then all the arrows were gone, and it was unfortunate for everyone.
What's interesting is I heard something about Luke saying they had an infinity bow that he forgot about, because he didn't know that.
I think he said they had an infinity book or something. I heard him say it too, because I think we were standing near him or something, so I heard him talking about their infinity book. I'm like, thank God they didn't put that on, because it would have been difficult. Also, I found out the crossbow kind of sucks. I think it hits harder.
Yeah, it hits harder,
but it takes so long, right? And you can't have your shield, or I don't think you can have your shield out with either of them, but it takes so long that you're just kind of struggling. So
yeah, you can't reload as fast. It's kind of like you have to have your crossbow for the one shot, and then you go back to your bow for constant fire.
But I did think when I did hit him, I think it only took 2 or 3, and it would have killed him. So
right.
So that was pretty good. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll change it up for any other PvP I ever have to do, is use the normal bow instead of the crossbow. But I mean, the shield was obviously the biggest thing. It helped me at the very end, at the beginning, because I think I maybe was 1 shot away from being dead.
You were really close to death.
And I was just running around, and you had to eat food while you're doing it, and then you slow down. So I would shield, run, and then shield again, try to get some distance from him until Alex came back. And then once he came back, it was pretty smooth sailing after that, especially once we killed Luke for the first time.
Yeah, Luke had the most gear out of anybody. I think he had the better enchantments too.
probably. And then once they both died the first time, it was very downhill. And then once they came back the third time, it was over. I think Spencer came on with like non-enchanted iron. I don't even think, for some reason, he didn't have any sword drawn at all.
That was it.
So
he hadn't used all the iron they had available.
Yeah, because I'm like, he had no sword. I like was like, well, I gotta kill him. That's how it goes. And then Luke just ran around forever. Supposedly we were real close to him at one point, but
he actually ran right by you. When you guys were like checking to see where Spencer was, like he actually like snuck out like right by you and like just ran.
Well, no, I saw him leave, but I knew Spencer was still in there, so I was like, whatever, like let's leave him. And then I was just like, whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll find him eventually, especially with the world border closing him. Like, unless he magically like gets above us, which would be very difficult,
right?
He wasn't going to be able to go far. And I was like, hopefully he didn't like dig down or dig up, but eventually I feel like it would have just kind of been like I would have won. But I was real worried because you said the world border was closing in, and I was like, oh no, my bed, like I need to, like what happens if I die, because I still had 2 lives left. Everyone else had 1, so I was like, what happens to my bed? Like if I die, I spawn outside, do I automatically just die?
Yep.
I'm like, that would have been real unfortunate because I had a whole extra life to try to live there, and you were just going to kill me because I didn't have anywhere. And then I put a bed in a little labor spot, but it didn't make a difference because
I mean that would have been the smart thing to do: take the bed with you, put it down, and sleep.
Well, then I would have just been killed like instantly. Is the only other problem.
That's true. Yeah.
So, whatever. It didn't make a difference. I didn't need to use it. It was real sad we didn't get to use the Coliseum at the end there.
Well, that was the goal. For people that don't know, like the kind of setup for last night, or I guess last night at the time of recording this, the recap is we did 30 minutes of people building, then we did about 20 minutes of fighting, and that's when the border started closing in. And so they had 5 minutes of like the border closing in slow, and then it started speeding up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and then so the building, I guess I keep like going all the way to the end, and then I'm like, I need to talk about the beginning. The 30 minutes we didn't have the enchanting table because you guys watched the last episode 4. It got stolen from us, and I didn't know where it was, so I needed to go make another one. But we only had 2 diamonds or something like that. We need 3 to get a pickaxe to get obsidian.
Got it.
And then we needed another 2 for the enchanting table. So we needed 3, and we would decide like probably like 15 minutes in we should probably go try to find this, and like I maybe mined like 10 or 20 blocks. That's like so straight impressive. And I found 4. I'm like, sweet, it's over. Like Alex and I both went down to try to find it right away, just found it. I was like, this is awesome, I'm good.
So, I wasn't sure if anybody was actually gonna be able to find any more diamond because sometimes it can just take so long, and 30 minutes is not a lot of time to prep.
No, and that's what I was worried about. I was like, well, I mean, it's not terrible. We have the enchant, like we have enough enchant stuff that's going to be good. But also, I was the only one. Alex, I think, had like 7 levels. I had like 22, so I enchanted everything, and I made one bookcase to see if I could do anything else. It didn't really help at all. We got level 1 enchantments for everything, but it allowed us to have like backups of everything, which we didn't really need. True. Alex was the only one who needed them, but yeah, it was a good one. The final fight was something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he did what he had to do, right? There was no way that he could ever 2v1 you guys.
No, I mean, that was his only chance to kill one of us and hope the other one wasn't like looking. Right. Once Alex got stuck in that pit, and then all those mobs got stuck in the pit with him.
That was crazy.
Yeah, if I watched it again from my perspective, I maybe hit Luke once, but there were so many mobs just in between like all 3 of us.
You couldn't hit anybody.
That if you hit him at all, like it was good. So I think that's just what happened. I hit him like once, and then I think it's zombie killed him, and then something happened. He died first, and Alex died literally like 5 seconds after. So I was like, well, can't even like spawn him back to bring in the 1v1 or something, because by the time he died, it was way too fast. So
right, it was like almost instantaneous.
Yeah, I don't mind, because then I just got the free win. I was a little confused. I was like, are we gonna 1v1 or are we just gonna call it here? And then everyone was like, you won, and I was like, let's go. I was pumped.
The goal was, like you said, like stop the world borders and then like set them back to the max so that we could like throw everybody back in the Coliseum and like have everybody like just spectate and watch the 1v1. But didn't get to have that this time. Maybe next time. Maybe next
time we'll fight it out there. But I'll take it. I'll take the win for what it is. Honestly, I could have been at a green life that whole time, and
you could have
been great. But we could have had a lot of green lives at the end there. But I was the only one. I had the yellow life, and we did it.
I think
which I'm happy
lessons
about.
learned is that people need to take it slower when we do this again because, wow, so many people died so early and that kind of snowballed, right? It was always that one red life would snowball into another red life, and then we never really got that stopping point.
We never even really got like, so like Dante just died right away,
Yep,
but we never really got like one red life like stayed alive for a while. It was like if you were on your
true.
red life, you were probably gonna die like the next
That-
episode,
Right,
and that's
exactly.
why it only went to 5. And I know like the original third life, I think they had a few more people than we
They
did,
did.
but the us like anytime someone would be on their like third life, it was just like, all right, gotta go cause chaos. And somehow I was like always involved in it, and somehow I survived all of it, which is really impressive. Alex didn't really get involved a ton because I think he missed the one episode. There was a ton of fighting, and then
There
Spencer
was.
and Luke was never involved in anything, so it worked out good for them. But I think they were just a little under geared at the end.
Yeah, as a result of that, I think if they would have been part of more things, they would have gotten some gear just through, happenstance.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have helped them in the end if they were a little more geared. But I think we went in with a little bit better of a plan too, just like having the extra gear and making sure we
Right.
were a little safe. But them being in the where they were kind of stuck. Where once we got over there before they like came out, it was kind of over for them. They were a little further down than I thought. I tried to blow them up and it didn't work.
Yeah, there was a lot of TNT being placed.
There
But I mean,
was.
I guess the thing that I'm the happiest with was just that everybody kind of like took it lighthearted. I mean, everybody was like serious about trying to win, but like no one was really upset about like the end result yesterday, and everybody didn't like tunnel down or do like camping strategies. Everybody was really just out there to have fun and try
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah, I think that was good, and it worked out that two teams of two basically survived instead of like one team of like
Yep.
three and a solo would have survived, because then it would have just been like, all right, when do you start the fighting? But yeah, I mean I expected the series to go a lot further just because I thought like episode 1 like everyone's just gonna stay to themselves, and then that raid happened, and then like what was it, episode 2, did Tony die or something like that?
Yep.
Episode 3 happened, and then it just like it snowballed so much faster than I ever would have expected.
Other than the first episode, I died once an episode.
There you go.
Pretty
You
sad.
did it. That is sad. Dying once an episode. I only died in the Nether. Only thing to kill me was lava. It almost killed me at the end there. I'm not like, obviously I don't play Minecraft a ton, and PvP is definitely not something I do. I got hit by
Right.
lava and I was like, oh no, I'm like killed myself, and I was like,
I was
wait, no,
impressed with the water bucket.
I was like, I have a water bucket. I'm good. I was
Something that
happy-
I should have
happy
carried
I
around
did
with me
that.
more often.
Well, Alex didn't do anything. He got lava and then he just died.
That's true.
That's why he died the first time. Well, he died twice to lava. So
Yep.
every time he's died, it was just lava. And I'm like, Alex, you need to have a water bucket on you. He just didn't realize that's how it worked. But that's what happens
Something
when you
to
don't
put in
have
the
people.
notebook for next time.
Yeah, exactly. You learn eventually.
But with that, I mean, that's basically it. That's the series. That's a wrap. And hopefully we'll have a chance to do it again.
Hopefully. Maybe we'll get some more people. Hopefully more content next time, too.
More streamers, more. I think that definitely it's better for YouTube, like for
Yeah.
videos. So hopefully more of that.
Yeah, that would be nice for next time. Get some more content, other people's perspectives, and not just ours. And especially when we were together, where you're seeing the same thing. So
Right.
next time, hopefully that happens.
So stay tuned for that, and maybe we'll have some other PvP series in between, but we'll probably not podcast for those ones. So
Probably
if you want to
not.
take us out of here,
Perfect. I mean, I am the champion, so I probably should end the recap. But this is our last recap and last of the third life. So thank you guys for watching the whole time. If you haven't watched the whole series and for some reason you made it to the end of this podcast, you really messed up, and you should go back and watch the whole series. But
Yep.
if you have watched everything, make sure you check out all our channels, the gaming channel for me and my main channel, and then Hans's channel, and check all that out. Subscribe to all that stuff, and then for future content that could be coming along. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you
and
later.
we'll see you all later.